real crazy. It's acting real. Okay, we're live on YouTube. I'm sharing the live with a few people. Okay, so if y'all like YouTube better, just go on over to YouTube because we're up. Okay. I don't know what that little glitch was a second ago. Happy Tuesday. Please put your blood type in the comments. Put your blood type in the comments, please. So I know who I'm talking to. Hi, ma'am. This lady said in the Heal by Blood Type group that she's been vegan for the last 10 years. And I said, oh, that's best. She's blood type A. And I said, oh, that's what's best for you. I hope that you're eating some tofu regularly. And she says, no tofu. I eat veggies, chicken, fish, peanut butter for more protein. The doctor said whatever I'm doing is working. Okay. Okay. I just want y'all to notice how I'm not going to debate people about what they think is right. That I hope that will give you an example of what not to do when you encounter people that think they're doing the right thing. Okay. I certainly hope she's not telling people that she's eating by her blood type. I certainly hope she ain't doing that. She's a vegan and she's eating chicken. Ma'am, I need you to look up the definition of vegan. I need you to look that up. Because that's not it. That is not it, boo-boo. But again, enjoy. I mean, that's all I can say. What's up, Focus Mind? Do we have any blood type ABs? Can you hear me on Instagram? Please let me know if you can hear me on Instagram because Miss Erin cannot hear us. Please let me know if you can hear me on Instagram. Let me know. You couldn't comment on IG, so you can hear me. Erin, you need to go out and come back, baby. Go out and come back. If you cannot hear me, go out and come back. That's as close to sign language as I'm going to get. Okay? You said you couldn't comment. Why can't y'all comment on Instagram? You can hear me good. That's your situation, Erin. Go out and come back. You put my tea. Put my nighttime tea in my teapot. Oh, there she is. I literally just asked if there were any ABs in the house, and Miss J Knox just showed up. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. We left off yesterday. I finished all of the blood types yesterday. But since it was just me and Miss J, and it was late, that were blood type ABs, I told her that I would start off with AB today. AB is very short. Okay. AB is very short. Do we have any other ABs in the house? We'll do AB and then we'll get to O. So you impatient O's, you can sit here and hear some other blood types because everybody sits and listens to you guys and waits patiently for me to get to their blood type. So y'all can do the same. And I know that patience is not your thing, but you're going to learn it today. Okay? Because every day, everybody on the live got to deal with y'all. Every day. Okay? So, as a blood type AB, let me tell you what it is that we deal with. Blood type AB is a hybrid. I'm sorry, I have to clean up this dust. I have OCD. Blood type AB is a hybrid of A and B. So we have characteristics of both blood types. We also have a double set of antigens on our red blood cells. Antigens is what distinguishes our blood types from another blood type. Okay. The antigens on blood type A are A antigens, B is B antigens, and then AB is AB antigens, and O has no antigens. That's why blood type O can donate blood to other people, because they don't have any antigens that will interfere with the transfusion. Okay. So antigens are just little sugars on the outside of our red blood cells. To simplify what antigens are, there is sugar. Okay. The body makes sugar. The body doesn't need any external sources of sugar. This is why we are all in the condition that we are in today, because we are being inundated with sugar. All of these processed foods that they have put out in the market all turn into sugar in our bodies. And that is causing us to have high blood pressure, because now we've become insulin resistant. We have an epidemic of diabetes in this country, and cancer feeds on sugar. So there are so many things that go wrong in the body simply because of sugar. And a simple way for you to think about it is this. You know that if you put some sugar in your car's gas tank, that it will completely ruin your car. If a teaspoon of sugar going in your car's gas tank will destroy your car's engine, why do you not have the same mindset when it comes to putting sugar in your body? An organic mass, not a 3,000-pound metal thing. Okay? The same destruction that it will do to your car is the same destruction it will do to your body. Okay? So as a blood type AB, we deal with a lot of the same issues that blood type B and A have. Okay? Blood type A and B, let me just quickly go over this again. Okay? You guys have the same fight or flight response. Who here is not familiar with fight or flight responses? Okay? That simply means that the way you respond to stress, I'm trying to get this right. The way that your fight or flight response is the way your body handles stress. Okay? With blood type A and blood type B, there is a steady stream of cortisol in your blood at all times. Okay? The way blood type O and AB are set up, our cortisol shoots up quickly and also comes down quickly. So we have a more intense response. O's and ABs have a more intense response to stress. However, we do not have a constant stream of stress in our blood at all times. It only happens when we're excited or angry or all these things. Okay? Hey? But blood type A and blood type B, this cortisol is a stress hormone. This is why blood type A and blood type B always either have a nervous demeanor, a stress demeanor, a just perfectionistic type of demeanor. They are never able to just simply relax. It's hard for you guys to sleep. You got to make sure you take something to sleep. Okay. So with blood type AB, though, we have both of those antigens. And we're also one of the things that is the downfall of us is stress. It's listed as one of the things that we have to be conscious of. Okay. So for me, stress management is priority number one. Because my mom, who was a blood type A, died at 41 from a stroke. My brother, who I'm pretty certain was also a blood type A, died from a stroke at 28. I don't get my blood pressure up for nothing. Okay. I can cuss you out without even getting my blood pressure up. It don't require nothing for me to do that. Okay. But also something that I make sure that I take, hey Shivani, is I take Chill. This was the first product in our product line, and it is an anxiety formula. So I make sure I take this every single day. It's got all of the usual suspects in it: St. John's wort, lemon balm, skull cap, passion flower, all the things that help us to relax. Okay. So if you are the type of person, especially if you're blood type A and blood type B, that never is able to just chill, and you're always at a 10 and you just need to be at a 2, you need to be on Chill every day. This is our number one selling product. Okay. Another thing that we suffer from is lectin sensitivity. All whole foods have lectins. Lectins are just little proteins in all whole foods. Okay. If you don't know what whole foods are unprocessed foods. They are in their natural state. Okay. Meat, fish, vegetables, fruit. Okay. Yes, please go get it off the site. You're going to love it. Okay. Because it kicks in like 10 minutes. You can be literally, because I had started having anxiety attacks when I entered menopause or perimenopause or premenopause, whatever they want to label it as. I had started having anxiety attacks, and I had never had anxiety attacks before. And it just had gotten bad. So that was a priority for me to find something, create something that is going to alleviate that. And it does. Okay. So lectins are these little proteins that come in contact with our blood. And when those two things meet, our blood and the lectins, it causes a chemical reaction to happen. If it is a positive reaction, you're going to feel energized. You're going to have an elevated mood. You're just going to feel good. Okay. Because that's what food, the proper food, is supposed to do for you. It's supposed to be fuel and medicine. Okay. But if it is a negative response, the first two things that are going to happen, because your body is trying to defend itself, is inflammation and then an overproduction of mucus. Okay. The body only has two defense mechanisms: swelling, which is inflammation, and mucus production. Swelling protects the organs, mucus protects the immune system. Okay. So whenever we eat something that does not go with our blood type, you're going to have your body defend itself. So you and your body are not on one accord, because you're putting something in it that makes it feel threatened. This is why most people are inflamed. This is why inflammation is such a big deal. It's been a big deal, but it's now more of a big deal than ever, because more and more people are inflamed. So you're thinking that you're overweight and you're going to the gym and da da da. In a lot of cases, you become even more inflamed because you're stressing yourself out. Okay. So that is because you're either eating the wrong foods, or even doing the wrong exercises. the exercises that you are supposed to do all depend on your blood type. So if you're out here trying to do high intensity workouts and all of that, and you're a blood type A and a blood type AB, you're going to get bigger. And cortisol, when it's released into the bloodstream, settles in the midsection. So there's always going to be something trying to gaslight you into getting rid of belly fat and this and the other. The best way to get rid of belly fat is to not stress out about belly fat. Okay? Because the more you stress out about your belly fat, the bigger your belly's going to get. It's just the way your body's designed. Okay? So as a blood type AB, we are very sensitive to the lectins in food, just like blood type B. So the number one thing that will kill us as a blood type AB is chicken. I don't care if that chicken is organic or ghetto. I don't care if you raised it in your house next to your kids and he gets an allowance on Friday because he's a good boy. It's still chicken. I don't care if you bake it, fry it, lay it to the side. It doesn't matter. It's still chicken. Okay? There is a lectin in the meat of chicken that when we consume it, especially as a blood type B and a blood type AB, that lectin attacks our bloodstream, causing our red blood cells to clump together, creating blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, autoimmune diseases, and strokes. So now you're creating blood clots because of your love of chicken. How have y'all ever explained why do you have a blood clot? You stopped eating chicken 3 weeks ago? I bet you feel better, don't you? I bet you feel much better, don't you? And it is so quick that you'll notice a difference when you stop eating chicken. It's so quick. Okay? So here's what y'all need to understand. I've been telling y'all this for almost 4 years, that chicken is at the root of your autoimmune diseases. If you have an autoimmune disease, put it in the comments. Okay? Autoimmune diseases, and they add new autoimmune diseases every day. So we're up to over 100 autoimmune diseases now. Okay? I do with the little piece I had, didn't sit well with me. Just stop eating it altogether, man. Just stop eating it altogether. It's not worth it. It's not worth the pain. It's not worth the drama. It just isn't. Okay? And I know everyone's life would be so much simpler if you could eat chicken. Trust and believe. Well, how do you think you got Hashimoto's, ma'am? Eating chicken. Eating chicken. I know that everyone's life would be so much easier if you could just grab some chicken. Because chicken's everywhere. Ask yourselves, why is chicken everywhere? How many chicken restaurants y'all got in our neighborhood? How many chicken restaurants? I live in Henderson. I can guarantee you there are 50 different chicken restaurants in my little city. I can guarantee you that. Okay? 80% of the people that have autoimmune diseases are women. 50 million people in America have at least one autoimmune disease. Hey, how you doing, Jay? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. You feel so much better? Good. 50 million people have at least one autoimmune disease, and 80% of those women are, 80% of those 50 million are women, and the largest percentage of those women are Black. Who, put in the comments, who has the highest level of estrogen in their blood? What group of people in America has the highest level of estrogen in their blood? Put in the comments if you know. Exactly. That's what they want. These foods set you up for future dis-ease. Period. They have learned how to create constant customers. And the customers are getting younger and younger and younger. Black women. Not just Black women, Black men also. Black men and Black women have the highest blood estrogen levels of all groups of people in America. Why is that? Because at the root of our food is chicken and pork. Guess who's next? Hispanics. At the root of their food is chicken and pork. So if you literally look at your culture, because we always have people that come here and say, how can you tell me I can't eat such and such? I'm Italian. I'm from the Caribbean. Okay. It doesn't matter where you live. Your blood type is still going to be the same. And you shouldn't. Hey, Miss Linda. Okay. It does not matter where you live on this planet. Your blood type does not change, boo-boo. These cultures were created. Soul food was created. Guess who created soul food? Our oppressors. You bring people, the original people, mind you. White folks, don't get your panties in a bunch, because I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Okay. Have you noticed that? Most Italian men have boobs and belly. Yeah. Check this out. You bring the original people from the continent where their entire lineage, their entire lives, they've been eating nothing but red meat. Good evening. They've been eating for centuries nothing but red meat. They were not drinking milk. They were not eating beans. They were not eating potatoes. They were not eating no bread. They were not eating carbohydrates. Okay. If you're an O, the genes that you have today come directly from your ancestors. O's are the original people. So those same genes you have today are the same genes your ancestors had. Your body's composition is the same as your ancestors. DNA and genetics are two different things. Your DNA can change with trauma. Your DNA can change with anything, but your genetics do not change. Okay? Yeah. So the reason blood type O has all of that stomach acid is because over thousands of years of evolution and of eating this particular food, the body evolves. Have y'all noticed African people's teeth? Because there's always a hotep that comes here and says, we don't have teeth to chew meat. How the fuck do you don't have teeth to chew meat? No one's eating raw meat. Are you crazy? No one is catching a zebra and eating it raw. But have y'all noticed African people's teeth? African people have the strongest, biggest, brightest, whitest teeth you have ever seen in your life. Do you know that your teeth are an extension of your bones? Teeth are bones. Okay? So all of our genetics are based on where we originate. Blood type AB is the youngest of all of the blood types. Okay. Blood type O originated in Africa. People started migrating. They migrated to the continent of Asia. That's where blood type A got its genetics, because you went from a whole meat-eating society to a place that had very scarce animals. You were not seeing a bunch of red meat animals in Asia. Blood type A is the group that established farming. Okay? They're the ones that lived off of vegetables. They lived off of the land. Then that's why they're known as the cultivator. Okay. Blood type O is known as the hunter because that's what they did. They hunted animals, they ate animals. When they migrated to Asia, they didn't have that wide abundance of animals. So they had to start eating plants. That's why they're known as the cultivator, because they created farming culture. So they started growing their food. But over those centuries, their bodies adapted to what they were eating. They were no longer eating meat. So again, the adage is always true. Use it or lose it. They had no reason to have an overabundance of stomach acid anymore. So over time, their bodies evolved to fit what it was they were eating. Okay. So if you're not eating meat, your body doesn't need to have all of that stomach acid. This is why blood type O has an overabundance of stomach acid. Blood type A has very little stomach acid, because plants are not broken down in the stomach. They're broken down in the intestines with digestive enzymes. Okay. There are two separate things going on. When you're eating meat and vegetables together, they're being digested in different places. And all blood types have different levels of stomach acid, different levels of digestive enzymes, and different levels and types of bacteria. That's why we all cannot eat the same foods. Okay. Blood type O has very little digestive enzymes. That's why y'all don't benefit from a whole bunch of vegetables or fruits. That's why. Y'all benefit from a handful of vegetables and even less fruit, because you don't have a high abundance of digestive enzymes. You have a high abundance of stomach acid. So you should be focused on eating animal protein with every meal. Blood type A has a high level of digestive enzymes. That's why they should focus on plant-based. I hate to say plant-based. I hate it because they've ruined it. But your protein has to come from plant sources. Now, as a blood type AB, because we have both of those antigens, we still have way less stomach acid than a B or an O. But we have a little bit more than what A has. Okay. So the only protein that we are allowed to have is turkey. The only animal protein, if you want to lump turkey into animals. Okay. We're the only blood type that benefits from turkey. The only one. Now, if we're looking at today's turkey is almost as bad as chicken. Today's turkeys are ginormous. Have y'all noticed that? There's no reason for y'all to have a 30-pound turkey. Turkeys are not supposed to be no 30 pounds. Okay. So today's turkeys will have higher levels of estrogen, just like today's chickens have higher levels of estrogen. If I get turkey, I get it from Sprouts because they have it from local farms. And if you hold up a Sprouts turkey wing next to a Genio turkey wing, this looks like a chicken wing compared to that. I would not suggest anybody eat anything Genio ever. Okay. So as far as chicken goes, with blood type B and blood type AB, chicken will kill us. And what y'all need to understand about chicken is this. Today's chicken has been genetically modified to have higher levels of estrogen. because estrogen is a growth hormone. So if you ever read this very deceptive packaging they do now, where they say no hormones, no antibiotics, let me explain to y'all what that all means. Okay, let me explain to y'all what that all means. I try not to go into any aisles in the store where O's like exactly. But let's think about sidebar. Remind me to go back to what I was talking about. The packaging. Remind me to go back to the packaging. Let's talk about the aisles at the grocery store for a minute, Shivani. Because if you think about the perimeter of the grocery store, remember how they were like, oh, and all grocery stores are set up the same way. All of them. Just about everything on the perimeter of the grocery store, the majority of that stuff, the majority of Americans cannot even have. You can't have no milk. You can't have no cheese. You can't have no bread. Okay. You can have very little fruits and vegetables as an O. So the only thing that's on the perimeter of the grocery store for blood type O's is the red meat section. That's it. So back, everybody was, oh, just stay on the perimeter because, in the center aisles is where all the canned foods are and all that. True. But the perimeter of the grocery store is also where most of blood type O's problem foods are. Okay. So think about that. We have to let go of all of these little canned responses and these little sayings and all that stuff because it's not true. It's not true. Yeah, you got to go past all of that dairy and cheese and all that bread and all. That's what's on the perimeter of every grocery store. Okay. All your snacks, your bakery snacks and all that. Then you got the frozen food section. You might be able to find something in there, some fish. Okay. But again, everybody has to stop thinking in these absolutes. Hey, Miss Thelma, stop thinking in these absolutes and start thinking as an individual. Because if you're thinking in absolutes, you're always going to be judging what the next person's doing, first of all. And that means you're not minding your business. Okay. First of all, I don't go to the grocery store. I haven't set foot in a grocery store in, 5 years. Okay. I know that for a fact. I do everything on Instacart. However, when you see this deceptive labeling on things, did y'all know that it is perfectly legal for these food manufacturers to put whatever they want on the label? It is perfectly legal for them to say whatever they want on those labels to get you to buy their food. The only place they have to tell the truth is the ingredient section. But everything else on that label is a lie. Okay, and that's how they get you. That's how they get your kids to get certain cereals. They begging you in the grocery store to buy this because the box is so cute and so inviting and all of that. Okay, everything's a lie. So when you're looking at a chicken package, it'll say no added hormones. Right, no hormones were added because you have genetically modified the chicken to already have higher levels of hormones. We don't inject chickens. That was banned years ago. But here is the scariest part. America opted out of vaccinating their chickens. So when you look at the packaging and it says no antibiotics, that's not really a great thing, because those antibiotics would kill all of those diseases that chickens have. Today's chickens don't even fly. They don't use their wings for anything. They are literally in a little cage this big their entire 42-day life. They can't even clean themselves because there's no room. Go look at the videos. There's no room for them to turn their little beaks and clean their wings. And then you're not vaccinating them, which means, first of all, our government allows 25% of all the chickens to have salmonella. That's been for decades because they consider that to be a reasonable amount. So 1/4 of the chickens in the grocery store have salmonella. Every 4th pack of chicken at the grocery store has salmonella. Well, it's worse than that now because this administration said we're no longer checking the chickens. That just came out a couple of weeks ago. And I'm not that person that doesn't say, I told you. I'm going to say, I told you so. Oh, I don't want to say I told you. No, I told you so. I told they did it the last time. They cut back regulations on anybody that gives them money. Guess who was the #1 donor? Pride Farms. Hi, Miss Lourdes. Pride Farms donated, I think, upwards of $5 million to their campaign. Chicken. Pride Farms was the largest contributor to their administration. The chicken producer. Now they don't have any regulations at all. No one's going to tell us if there's a recall. They're not going to recall nothing. They're just going to keep selling you their chicken. And you're going to eat it, and you're going to be having yeast infections and all of these things going on, and you're just not going to understand why. But that's why. That's exactly why. Okay. But when we eat chicken, today's chicken has 100 times the level of estrogen in its little body than we have in our whole human body. So you're literally eating a bucket of estrogen. Autoimmune diseases feed on estrogen. So the higher your level of estrogen in your body, the more you're keeping your disease alive. Because also that's what doctors did. By giving you the prescription drugs that they give you, they're literally keeping your disease alive. You're never going to be able to get over that disease if they're giving you prescription drugs for that disease. The entire purpose of that prescription drug is to quiet the symptoms so that disease continues to grow silently. This is how you end up with organ failure. This is how you end up at the surgeon, and now they have to remove this diseased organ because you've allowed them to give you something that takes away your body's ability to communicate with you to let you know that this thing is getting progressively worse. You will never reverse your disease if you are on prescription drugs. Your body is incapable of healing itself if you are putting petroleum in your body every single day. Right. There is no incentive for a doctor to heal you. That's like you taking your car to the shop, and rather than the mechanic fixing your car, he brings you in the back and teaches you how to fix it yourself so that you never need him again. Now you know how to fix your car. Now he doesn't have a customer. He's not going to make any money from you at all because now you can do the same thing he does. Your doctor's not going to do that. He's not going to come teach you how to heal yourself. What would be his relevance? Why would you need him? Why would you pay him? And here's the rub. You pay them and they still don't fix you. You leave there with the exact same illness that you came in with. No one has ever been healed by a doctor. Because even cancer patients will say that they're in remission. That doesn't, if you're in remission, you're literally saying my disease is taking a rest. So you're fully expecting this disease to come back. They're not practicing. They're not practicing. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not practicing. Okay? Every single person that has been in the medical, in any doctor's office has been an experiment, especially Black bodies. We're the ones they experiment on. The entire medical industry was built on Black women's backs. Period. Let me just go ahead and throw men in there too, but mainly us. The entire gynecology industry is what it is today because of Black women. Every procedure that they have perfected was practiced on Black bodies. Do you know what the latest one that they perfected? Thyroid removal. That's why thyroid surgeries are so popular today, because they perfected the procedure 20 years ago. How did you perfect something? How many people had to die because you didn't know what you were doing? How many bodies went through a thyroidectomy and you did it wrong? That's why I tell y'all all of these y'all know how many people die from routine testing? Let's just take colonoscopies, for example. Y'all are all too willing to have somebody puncture your colon because they have convinced you that you need to come in there so they can see if you have some polyps up your butt. If you have polyps up your butt, you know it. You don't need nobody to stick a 6-foot rod up your bum bum to see if you've got polyps up your bum bum. If you had a polyp in your bum bum, you would be the first one to know it. Just like y'all are going in and allowing these people to just pump a ton of radiation into your boobs. Do you know how much money they take in every year for breast cancer research? $6 billion. Do you know how many women got breast cancer from just getting early detection? I will never have a colonoscopy. Why the hell would y'all go in for these tests? For what? What's the purpose of a colonoscopy? When the majority of the people that get a colonoscopy end up with some sort of debilitation because of the colonoscopy, what the hell makes y'all go in there and get that done? People have been on this earth for thousands of years without a colonoscopy. Women have been on this earth for thousands of years without breast cancer machines. Feeling your titties will let you know if you have a lump in your titties. And the worst thing you can do is stand in front of it. Y'all don't even microwave your food. You don't even microwave your food, but you're going to expose your naked breasts to 10,000 microwaves at one time. Make it make sense. Cancer doesn't kill people. The treatment kills people. You're literally pumping your body full of radiation, and you think that that's going to cure you? You have a lump in your breast and you got a balloon in your breast and you're allowing someone to stick a 6-inch needle in it and pop it? Exactly. So when you go in and these people talk you into getting a biopsy, all they're saying in their head is cha-ching. Do y'all know how much money a doctor makes off of your cancer treatment? The cancer, let me give you an example, because there were videos about this. The cancer treatment costs $3,000 from the manufacturer, right? The doctor sells it to you for 12. Guess who gets the spread? The doctor gets to pocket that difference. Go look it up. The doctors get to pocket the difference between what they have paid the cancer treatment manufacturer and what they sell it to you and your insurance company for. So why wouldn't a doctor pop your balloon and your cancer spread? Why wouldn't he? Y'all have to stop being this naive. People do not go into the medical industry. The 93% of doctors in this country practice allopathic medicine. That is the treatment of symptoms with prescription drugs, radiation, and surgery. They signed on to do this to make money. Doctors became doctors to make money. Because if they got into the medical industry to heal people, they know absolutely for certain nothing that they are doing is going to heal you. No prescription drug is going to heal you. No, none of this shit that they are prescribing to you is going to heal you. Nothing that they even tell you is going to heal you. They know that. So doctors are not good people. I'm sorry. They're not. But we have been convinced that they are authority figures because they've studied in school for the last 8-10 years. Well, if you done studied something for the last 8 to 10 years and you don't know, you better not listen. You better not ever, as long as you are who you are, say to me that you don't know something and I'm paying you. Because when they got done with my surgery and said, you have sarcoidosis, and I said, what's that? And they said, we don't really know. Excuse me. If you don't know, who the fuck knows? How do you know it's sarcoidosis if you don't even know what the fuck sarcoidosis is? Then she says, oh, it's just like a catch-all disease for mystery diseases. So it is a mystery that you have put a name on. You done thrown all these, the people that you don't know what the hell you looking at. Oh, they got sarcoidosis. Their job is to convince you that you're sick. Yeah, they got 1 semester of nutrition. Semester, not years. Semester. You know what they also teaching them? How to market drugs. Doctors have more marketing classes than they have nutrition classes. Doctors are literally taught how to gaslight you into taking meds because it is their job to convince you that you have an illness. Because when they called me and told me, we think you have lymphoma, I said, well, I don't. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. So what else you got? If I would have said, oh my God, what do I need to do? The prescriptions would have started flying. Half of y'all sitting here right now don't even have what the doctor told you you had. They just wanted to sell you some drugs. Do y'all know you can go and look up how much money your doctor has accepted from pharmaceutical companies? It's legal for doctors to accept bribes from pharmaceutical companies. It's legal. The only stipulation is they have to report it to a website so they can be taxed on it. These pharmaceutical companies be giving them money, all expense paid trips, cars, dinners, flights. I always knew when I was under a doctor's care that I was going to be prescribed something new today, because I would see all of these samples and notepads and pens in the office from a pharmaceutical rep. And I was a recruiter at the time, and I was literally placing pharmaceutical reps. So I knew what pharmaceutical reps do. So every time I was leaving the doctor's office, I would be leaving with a handful of samples that they wanted me to take and a new prescription for something that was just sold to him. Yeah, they take out your thyroid and put you on synthetic thyroid medicine for the rest of your life, which is Synthroid. The doctor literally looked me in the face and said, "You're going to be," I said, "When am I going to be cured?" Because I'm just curious if you guys have asked your doctor that. They put you on these high blood pressure meds. You never thought to ask, how long am I going to be on these meds? When is my blood pressure problem going to be fixed? Y'all go in knowing that you are going to be on these drugs for the rest of your life. I don't understand that. You are going to take a drug that is supposed to stabilize your blood pressure. You have bought into that. You have signed on to that because you now believe that my blood pressure is going to be high if I don't take this drug. So you have unwittingly signed on to something for the rest of your life. That's why some of y'all are, well, what's going to happen if hey, Miss Lori, what's going to happen if I stop taking my blood pressure meds? Nothing. First of all, if you're taking any prescription drug consistently for 6 months, it is now ineffective. You may as well just be taking sugar pills. Any drug that you take, that's why they always have to adjust your meds. Some of y'all that are on blood pressure meds are on more than one blood pressure medication. Why are you on more than one? If the first one was working, why are you on another one? Because the first one stopped working. And rather than them taking you off of that one and putting you on a different one, they just have you on two now. So you're taking one that don't do shit. Nothing. That's just a sugar pill at this point. But you're still paying for it and he's still making money for it. Why didn't he take you off of it? Now you're on 2. Then you're going to be on 3. To maintain the same blood pressure. But you know what hasn't changed? Your food. The food that's making your blood pressure high, you're still eating it. This is why your blood pressure is still high. Because you're still eating the same food that made your blood pressure high. Your doctor told you that you have protein in your urine. That's why I'm on 2. Ma'am, I suggest you get off of that or you're going to be on dialysis. And that's the truth. If you now have protein, did you have protein in your urine before? Or is that something that has developed? Them high blood pressure pills are taking your kidneys out, man. The next thing you know, you're going to have chronic kidney disease. Do you know that they prescribe Black people a different blood pressure medication or a different blood pressure protocol than they do white people? Did you know that? They treat Black people with thiazides. They treat Black people's high blood pressure with diuretics. And that's why it takes your kidneys out. You're going to end up with chronic kidney disease if you don't get off those drugs, ma'am. I'm not wishing it on you. It's just a fact. Black people literally hold up the renal clinic industry. We are the backbone of the dialysis centers. You are not going to find a dialysis center in a white neighborhood. You're going to find it in a Black neighborhood because that's where Black people go. We are on dialysis 4-1. But I guarantee you, Miss D, you're still eating the same foods that made you have protein in your pee. You're still eating it. Nothing is going to change if you don't change the food, because it's the food that got you to this point. It's the food that you've been eating that messed you up. Where'd your high blood pressure come from? You eating potatoes. That's what it is. That's what it is. Potatoes. I guarantee you that. Exactly. I bet you still eating potatoes. Well, they said sweet potato. They who? Who's they? They who? They who? They who told you? Listen, anytime anybody tells you that a different color potato is better for you than that color potato, just still wants you to buy potatoes. You still eating potatoes, aren't you, ma'am? There is no potato that is good for you. Period. And sweet potatoes are worse for your kidneys than white potatoes are. My grandma was on all of that stuff, Jay Knox. She was on all of it. So as a blood type AB, the number one thing that will kill us, cause us to have autoimmune, what you mean not, when you say not really, that means you're still eating them. Because if you were not still eating them, you would say, I don't eat potatoes at all. Whenever somebody says not really, that means you eat it occasionally. That's like saying, oh, I'm an alcoholic, I'm on the wagon, but I drink occasionally. The fuck is that? I'm a drug addict, but I only use crack on special occasions. You know, the holidays. Right? I know I have a very harsh and sharp tone, but some of y'all need to be talked to like this because it's going to save your freaking life. I'm here to save lives. I can't be gentle with that because some of y'all need to be bopped in the head. Okay? I'm here to save as many lives as possible because them doctors ain't going to do it. They don't give a damn about you. Almost 1 million people a year die under a doctor's care. 1 million. 1 million. And y'all going to see people, you don't even know how many people he's unalived. You don't have any idea how many people your personal doctor has unalived with his advice, his lack of advice, his lies, His lack of truth, you have no idea. But y'all going to see him and paying him. You're being paid to be, you're paying people to lie to you. You're paying people to give you a false sense of health. Because it's always a black woman that comes here and says to me, well, my doctor said I'm healthy. Then why the fuck you got a doctor? Why you got a doctor if you healthy? First of all, healthy is subjective. Okay? You know when you feel good and when you feel bad. Your body tells you. You don't need to go consult with anybody about how you're feeling. You know when something is off. That's relax. You know when something is off. You know when something is wrong. No one has to go and pull out a stethoscope to tell you that you're unhealthy. You know that. Right? So, as far as chicken is concerned, okay, when you are a man and your estrogen levels are high, that triggers type 2 diabetes and prostate cancer. How many men do you guys know right now that have type 2 diabetes? How many men do you know right now? My dad had it. My dad died from some kidney related issues. Oh, I think they told him he had cancer. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. Your husband has diabetes. How many people do y'all know that have diabetes? Okay. Let's think about that for a second. Let's dissect this whole estrogen thing. Okay. Because I broke it down to y'all yesterday. I'll do a recap. We literally start our lives being fed a steady diet of estrogen because the baby formula, the majority of formula for babies is soy based. Okay. So as a baby, if you're not on your mom's boob, you're drinking estrogen. Or you're drinking something that is making your body produce more estrogen. Let me tell you how dangerous this is. If you have a sickly kid, you know how people be like, oh, my kid has colic and my kid has this, or my kid has an ear infection. My son went through all of that. Okay. All of it. Always had an ear infection, always had a cold. Now, doctors feel very comfortable telling you that your kid has allergies. They feel very comfortable. Oh, your kid has allergies. Kids didn't used to have no damn allergies. Why all of a sudden do kids have allergies? Here's what y'all need to understand. When a doctor talks to you, they talk in very vague and ambiguous statements so that you yourself will come up to you will define in your mind what that means. Let me tell you what it means. You think it's allergies out here, outside, the environment, the dust, all. It's the food. You have food allergies. Your grandson, do you know what your grandson's blood type is, Miss D? I'm about to break it down for your I'm about to heal your grandson. Okay? If your grandson is a blood type O or a blood type B, and he has been drinking baby formula, he is allergic to the baby formula. Because they cannot eat anything that is soy based. So they're going to have colds. They're going to have infections. They're going to have because first of all, their immune system is already being damaged because they're drinking something that they are not supposed to be drinking. Again, what you're doing today is setting you up for future diseases. So you are feeding your baby this baby formula, and you're trusting that this is going to give your baby the nutrition that he needs. He's now 3 and sick all the time. I guarantee you it is because of whatever formula and whatever milk, because if he's a blood type O, he also cannot have cow's milk. That's where his mucus production is coming from. This is where his infections are coming from. As a blood type O and a blood type A, which is 86% of the US population, can never have cow's milk. So when you take the baby off of the formula, what are you giving them? Cow's milk. Again, setting them up for future illness. 86% of the US population is never supposed to drink milk. And they're giving it to your kid every single day at school. You're giving it to them every day in their cereal. They're giving your kids milk and orange juice, which is bad for everybody. Then you're wondering why your kids are sick. It has nothing to do with the air quality outside. It has everything to do with what's on that baby's plate. My son had to have his tonsils taken out when he was 3. His tonsils and adenoids had to be removed. Why? Because they were enlarged. Jordan could barely breathe. You could hear Jordan breathing. He would be upstairs. You could hear him breathing downstairs. Adenoids were just huge. Most Nigerian mothers give their babies sorghum. Oof. Not good. Because those babies are O's. I remember being in a grocery store in Nigeria, and just the whole aisle was milk. And I was like, they are setting these Nigerians up. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just every brand of baby formula you've ever seen in your life was in this one aisle. Powdered milk, baby formula. And I was just like, all of these people are O's. None of them can have this milk. Why do y'all think Africa is targeted all the time? If they can take out Black people at the root, then they won't have to deal with us in 100 years. They've been trying to take us out from the root for a century. And now they done figured out we can just give them soy milk and sorghum, which you're not supposed to have as a blood type O. Hey. So anywho, when your estrogen is high, guess what's making your estrogen high? It's more things than just chicken. Okay. If you are blood type O and blood type B, it is also soy. Soy will stimulate estrogen production in your body. Soy doesn't have estrogen in it. Chickens have estrogen. Soy causes your body to produce more estrogen. Guess what else raises your estrogen? Liquor. What do you have in your neighborhood? Chicken restaurants and liquor stores. Autoimmune diseases. When you guys go get my book, you don't have my book yet? I have listed all of the autoimmune diseases, and it has a link. All of them have links to what they are. Go get the book. As a matter of fact, when you buy the food list bundle, you get the book for free, which is usually $19.95. So the most common autoimmune diseases are rheumatoid arthritis, Guess who has that more than anybody? Black women. Lupus. Guess who has that more than anybody? Black women. Celiac disease. White people have that more than anybody. I can never say Sjogren's syndrome, an immune system illness that mainly causes dry eyes and dry mouth. MS, guess who has it more than everybody? Black women. Polymyalgia rheumatica. Then you got spondylitis, which is an inflammatory arthritis affecting the spine and large joints. Type 1 diabetes, a lifelong condition where the pancreas makes little or no insulin, which leads to high blood pressure levels. Still don't believe that your insulin controls your blood pressure? What stops your body from making insulin? Sorghum. Corn. Corn stops your body from making insulin. High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup. This is also what blood type AB can never have. No blood type can have corn. No blood type can have corn. When you eat corn, it stops your body from making insulin. So essentially, corn is giving you type 1 diabetes. You're producing little or no insulin, which is leading you to have high blood pressure. So you loving your grits, loving your popcorn, loving your liquor, because all brown liquor is made from corn. You loving your white vinegar, which is in every condiment in your house, is essentially giving you type 1 diabetes. Alopecia areata, we all know what that is, right? Temporal arteritis, an inflammation of the blood vessels called arteries in the temples. This is also called giant cell arteritis. They just be pulling these autoimmune diseases out of their asses. Every day they come up with a new autoimmune disease. Let's just find out what racial group While it's challenging to definitively name one racial group with the most autoimmune diseases, several studies suggest that minority groups, including African Americans, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, and Native American / Alaskan Native populations have the higher rates of certain autoimmune diseases compared to whites. Thank you. Well, you can just go right on Amazon and get this wig. It's called Glenna. Glenna. Especially when it comes to diseases like SLE, systemic lupus, erythematosus, whatever. Now ask yourselves why it is that African Americans are at the top of the autoimmune disease list. Did y'all know that RFK Jr. said he never knew anything about any of these autoimmune diseases? That they sound so exotic. Exotic diseases is what he said. What's the word white people usually pull out to describe black people? Studies indicate that SLE is more prevalent in minority groups, with higher rates observed in African Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, Asians, and Native Americans. Other autoimmune diseases. While data is limited, research suggests that other autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, and type 1 diabetes may also have a higher incidence in minority populations. Factors influencing racial differences. The reasons for these racial differences are complex and may involve genetic factors. What would be your genetic factor? Other than your blood, what would be your genetic factor? Your genetic factor is your blood. Environmental exposures, socioeconomic disparities. Why would that play into it? That impact access to healthcare and health outcomes. I find that the healthiest people are people that don't have access to healthcare. I guarantee you the people that live the longest are people that don't have doctors. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I would have stayed under that doctor's care, I wouldn't be here today. I would not be here today at all. If 1 million people per year die under a doctor's care, you wouldn't consider that to be population control? $15,000 Medicaid patients per month die under a doctor's care. You wouldn't consider that population control of undesirables that are sucking, draining the life out of our systems in America? Hi, Bubba. Hi, man. You wouldn't consider that population control? Yep, you were on the path. You were on the same path I was. You don't think that that's population control? So as a blood type AB, you know what else we cannot have? Corn. In no way, shape, or form. Sometimes I feel like these doctors have got licensed. Yeah, they do. You're not wrong. You're absolutely 100% right. Fats, I don't want to hear your complaining. You're bitching and moaning about what now? What are you bitching and moaning about, Fats? Come here, talk to me. What's up? What's going on? What you bitching and moaning about? Huh? Huh? What's the problem? They said hi, Fatsy. They said hi, Fatsy. He's just... Oh, Fats, come here. What is it? You got your baby. Get your baby. Let me see. Let me see the baby. Let me see. Bring it to me. Let mommy see it. Can I have some? Can I see the baby? Give it to me. Come get it. Come get it. Come get it. Come on. Okay, he's just staring. Come get it. Bye. Ain't got nobody to tell. Corn is the other thing. Fats has so many toys. Linka is not the toy guy. Fats is the toy guy. He loves a toy. Oh, the floor of my room is balls and stuffed animals, and his favorite he's had for about 4 years. And it's this big bone and it's wool. And that was his hump pillow for years. That's actually the second one because I had to replace it because he tore up the first one. But it's very difficult to tear that up. So it lasted longer than everything else. Has he been out there with the bowling ball? No. Fats doesn't like to play with the bowling ball unless I bring it in the house and wash it off first. I guess he got his mom's OCD. Thank you. Rolling over tennis balls. And he is not the tennis ball guy, though. He has big balls. He likes that bowling ball. But I need to bring it out. It's in the yard. I need to bring it in and wash it. He won't play with it if I don't wash it off. Which I get it. So corn is another thing. Let me tell you, he's very much like his mom. I get it. Corn is in everything, guys, and that's the problem. Okay? Because we are not paying attention to. Anybody got syrup in their house? Go look at the label on your syrup. Go look at the label on your pickle relish. Go look at the corn syrup is in everything. Every condiment in your house has corn syrup in it. I remember I was eating at Denny's and I just happened to look at the syrup packet that they send. Well, I was in the house. I happened to look at the syrup packet, high fructose corn syrup and regular corn syrup. There was no maple listed at all on the syrup. I just happened to I bought some maple syrup today. You have to buy 100% maple syrup in order for your syrup not to just be straight corn syrup. So you got high fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, corn starch, corn oil, white distilled vinegar is made from corn. All the liquor on the market is made from corn. All your liquors are made from corn. Ethanol, actually. Go look at your Mrs. Butterworth. Let's go see. Let me go to listen, just for shits and giggles, those of you that don't have Instacart, even if you don't use Instacart for deliveries, you need to put Instacart on your phone just so you can see the ingredients in all your food. Okay? So let's go see what the ingredients are of Mrs. Butterworth. I've never looked, so I'm going to be shocked. Ooh! Jesus Christ. Ingredients. High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, water, contains less than 2% of cellulose gum, salt, cane syrup, caramel color, sodium hexametaphosphate, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, natural and artificial flavors, citric acid, molasses, lactic acid, and mono and diglycerides. First of all, I haven't had Mrs. Butterworth as an adult. Holy shit. And you're giving that to your kids. It has 80 milligrams of sodium, 22 grams of sugar, and 110 calories per teaspoon. Ooh. Hey, Sylvia. Huh. Look. Ingredients. Mrs. Butterworth. Let's go look at Log cabin. Corn syrup, water, sugar. Contains 2% or less of salt, natural flavor, artificial flavor, sodium hexametaphosphate, preservative, sodium benzoate, sorbic acid, caramel color, phosphoric acid. Let's go see the ingredients of an Eggo waffle. Enriched flour. Wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, vitamin B1, vitamin B2, folic acid, water, vegetable oil, soybean, palm oil, canola oil, and cottonseed oil. All the industrial oils are in the Lego waffles. All of them. Then you got sugar, leavening, which is baking soda, sodium aluminum phosphate, monocalcium phosphate. Then it has dextrose, spice, whey, eggs, soy lecithin, vitamins and minerals, calcium carbonate, iron, vitamin A, palmitate, vitamin B6, and vitamin B12. Wowzers. Let's see what this overnight. Oh, dang, it don't have the ingredients. Oh, here you go. These are the overnight oats. Certified gluten-free whole grain rolled oats. Somebody just put on, somebody on my friends list on Facebook was talking about, have y'all had overnight oats? I was there to leave them oats alone. So in the oats, whey protein concentrate, milk protein concentrate, chocolate cookie crumbs, which is made of tapioca starch, rice flour, sugar, cocoa, which is processed with alkali, sunflower oil, vanilla extract, sodium bicarbonate, maple sugar, chia seeds, date powder, flaxseed, natural flavors, Himalayan salt, and monk fruit. It's 280 calories for one pouch, 41 grams of carbs. I told you if anything has an ingredients list, you need to leave it at the store. Y'all sitting up in the store reading this shit. How many ingredients is in beef? How many ingredients is in turkey? How many ingredients is in your salmon? How many ingredients is in your tofu? How many ingredients is in your soy milk if you're buying the right soy milk? One. Just about everything on your foods list has one ingredient. Because it's all this other shit that's making you sick. So, corn. Corn is why your blood pressure is high. Corn is essentially making you a type 1 diabetic because it's stopping your body from making insulin. You are creating type 1 diabetes in your body. As a blood type AB, you can't find good soy milk. The best soy milks for you to get is West Soy. And they have that everywhere. They even have it at Walmart. West Soy. Why? Because it's only soybeans and water. The worst soy milk you can buy is Silk. The worst any milk you can buy is Silk. The worst. Okay? West Soy. We also, as a blood type AB, cannot have haddock, flounder. Why is this on my screen? Haddock, flounder, kidney beans, mung beans, chickpeas. Chickpeas do the same thing in your body that corn does. Chickpeas also stop your body from making insulin. Now let's think about all of these hoteps and all of these vegan influencers. Whatever you got smells amazing. Those are your lamb shanks? I need to get some more of those. Are we almost out? Shit. Think about all of those vegan influencers that got y'all out here making all these chickpea recipes. Y'all know I cannot stand Auntie Tab. I'll tell him when he come back. Can't stand her. Never have been able to. Because I know that they're all being sponsored by somebody. And that woman don't give a damn about y'all. She just wants that good Target money. She the same person that said, just because Target is doing this, they say, hi, George. Just because Target is doing this doesn't mean you can't go there and get my things. But let's look at her things, shall we? What she's selling. Popcorn, pickles. Let's just go look up what's in her product line. What's in Tabitha Brown product line? I remember when she put that popcorn out. Oh boy. Well, she has seasoning salts. Let's see if the ingredients are in them. I want to see the ingredients. She's got popcorn, roasted garlic, and Parmesan popcorn. Then she's got, just show me all the products. What are we doing? Shopping. So she's got cookware, which I'm pretty certain is not PFA free. Seasoning salts. Where are all the rest? Dill pickle salad kits. What else? Are y'all, what is going on with Google? Tabitha Brown product foods. So she's got a mango basil. That sounds disgusting. Hold on. So she's still at Target, y'all. She's still at Target, y'all. We ain't at Target, but she's still there. So she has a jalapeno cilantro plant-based sausage. Let's go find out what's in that, shall we? This ingredients list sure is small. Why can't we see the ingredients, ma'am? Why can't we see the ingredients? So if I enlarge it, I still can't see it. Let me see. Details. Show. Okay. Oh my God. Listen. Here are the ingredients. Water, pea protein, sunflower oil, coconut oil, jalapenos, cilantro, salt, vegetable and fruit juice for color, methylcellulose, dried jalarind peppers, dried bell peppers, rice bran extract, yeast extract, spices, dried garlic, dried onion, sugar, maltodextrin, modified food starch, garlic powder, onion powder, dried cilantro, dried vinegar, which I didn't even know was a thing, lime oil casing, sodium alginate, konjac gum, and guar gum. In blood type O's, guar gum leads to your insulin resistance, raises your blood pressure, and causes inflammation. In blood type A's, it makes your blood thick. No, it's plant-based meat, sausage. Huh. Let's see. What else you got? I'm curious as to what is in this. What else you got? Do y'all know what's in impossible meat? We just keep our seasonings very basic. Salt, garlic, onion powder. He also uses a Greek seasoning, and then there's also Kinder's has a chimichurri seasoning. It's by Kinder's. Okay, go get it because it's bomb. But I will tell you, the simpler you keep your seasonings on lamb, the better it's going to taste. So when I make lamb, I literally use the Kinder's prime steak seasoning, just some regular kosher salt, or I use my, let me tell you, the best salts. The best salt is truffle salt. Oh my gosh. Truffle salt is the bomb on lamb. Have y'all tried it yet? It's a little expensive. It's like $10. But a little bit goes a very long way. You don't need a whole lot of that truffle salt, okay? So let's read the ingredients in the impossible meat, shall we? Because I don't think y'all know what's going on there. First and foremost, it's made from soy, okay? Soy protein concentrate. Sunflower oil, coconut oil. Then we have natural flavors, methylcellulose, cultured dextrose, food starch modified, yeast extract, dextrose, soy hemoglobin, salt, vitamin E, L-tryptophan, soy protein isolate. So if you're a blood type O and you're eating impossible meat because you want to be a vegan, you're raising your estrogen levels. Living a plant-based life when you're not a blood type A or a blood type AB is going to lead to illness, period. I can't get the gamey taste from lamb. Do you have any suggestions? You can always marinate it. But lamb is game. Why are y'all expecting not to have the gamey taste from lamb? You can marinate it. Then it'll take on the flavor of whatever you marinate it with. But that's the whole, to me, that's the whole appeal of having lamb. Otherwise, it would be hamburger. Otherwise, it would just be beef, right? Do y'all ever soak your, when y'all make liver? I think a lot of people, because you're used to chicken. Yeah, that's it. I think a lot of people don't like liver because it tastes metallic. But if you soak your liver in milk, it will remove the metallic taste from the liver. If you've never done that, that's probably why you don't like the taste of liver, because it tastes like metal. Soak it for at least 3 hours in whole milk, and it will completely remove. I've done it, and I was very impressed. But I don't mind the metallic taste of liver. I like liver. But if you soak it in milk, it will completely remove the metallic taste from the liver. Okay? Because remember, liver is super. Oh, you could soak it in buttermilk. That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. But yeah, marinate it or soak it like brine. I love liver. I can eat liver every day. I mean, I don't because it's on my neutral list, but I When I had really bad anemia when I first started out, I was eating lamb and liver pretty regularly so I could get rid of that anemia. I cooked liver last week and it smelled really bad, like fleshy blood. Yeah, if you don't soak it, it's going to smell like that. That's the metallic. You're going to get that. Okay. So listen, as a blood type AB, we also cannot have those garbanzo beans, which are chickpeas. Nobody was eating chickpeas before this entire plant-based marketing propaganda was pushed on us. Okay. I'm telling you, the fastest way to correct your anemia is going to be liver. Liver is literally the healthiest organ on the cow. And I'm just one of those people that I just want to get where I'm going the fastest. So I'm going to do the straight line. Because the way that I eat, I just view my food as medicine. Everything that I put in my body, I want it to be medicinal to my body. So I'm just trying to get to my health the fastest way I can. So if eating the most nutritious thing for that targeted illness, because that's what I used this information for, was to correct my illness. It was not for weight loss. It was not for any of that. It was to correct my illness. Okay. So I was going to eat whatever was going to get my healing to me the fastest. So y'all have to change your mind. You need to have a mindset shift when it comes to food. You have to stop looking at food as entertainment and something to just sit down and have friends over and y'all did it. No, it's just fuel and medicine. I literally will stand at my island in my kitchen and just eat what I need to eat. It's like earlier I ate after I got done working out and sitting in the sauna. I stood there and ate some of my carrot salad with some chopsticks and some of my turkey salad because I meal prepped and put it back in the refrigerator and went on with my business. Just go on to the next thing. What type of milk should I soak the liver in? Whole white milk, cow's milk. Okay. So we all listen, everybody that's out here eating all these beans, y'all need to be very careful with these beans. Like blood type O can't even have these beans. Blood type AB can't even have all these beans. Blood type B can't even have all these beans. Well, you sell liver? Yeah, I do. He said, I don't think I would prefer. Yeah, I sell the liver capsules. I think I might be out of, hold on, let me make sure I have the liver ones in stock. They may be out, but I have 2 liver products. I mean, 2 beef products. Hold on. I got some other stuff coming too, guys. Ooh, I got some other stuff coming. Ooh, I got some other stuff coming. I'm so excited. I love my manufacturer because they always got some new stuff in R&D and so exciting. So we got a lot of skincare stuff coming. They're in R&D, in the process of R&D and stuff right now. So I can't wait for that. And then beef. Yeah, we have the beef liver. We're out of the grass-fed beef organ complex. That's 9 different organs, desiccated organs. So they freeze dry the organs and then they grind them up and put them in the capsules. So we do have the desiccated beef liver. So same process, but it's just the liver. Okay. Let me see when that will be back in stock. It doesn't say. So it's usually probably a couple of weeks. But I'm waiting for our shakes. This line's shakes have been out for a long time. And I don't know what that's about. And our collagen, 3 to 5 more weeks on that. And that's been out for like a couple of months. So something to you guys. I have 3 different product lines on that one website. Okay. So when you order your products, I wanted it to be super simple for you to order, so you didn't have to go to 3 different websites to order the products and check out 3 different times. But your products are going to ship separately. And you should get an email that says each line ships separately. So you guys don't feel, oh, I'm missing products. I get one of those emails every day that somebody feels like they're missing their products. This is the Selfish line. This ships from one warehouse. This is the CE Organics line. This ships from another warehouse. And then these are our teas, and these ship from Texas. These ship from Georgia. These ship from 3 different places in the Midwest, depending on what the product is. So you're not going to get these at the same time. Okay? Just know that it's on the way. And the reason that I have several products that are the same in both of the lines is because when one line is sold out of that product, I still have it in the other line. So this collagen is sold out in CE Organics, but Selfish Supplements, I have 5 different collagen products. So you don't have to sit around waiting for this. You can go get those. Still same website. Okay? I just don't want to be sold out of nothing. But there are certain products that only are in CE Organics, like our beef capsules. Only CE Organics has that. Okay? So AB, we cannot tolerate any of those beans. When I tried, because everybody went vegan once, didn't you? Didn't everybody go? I'm always working, ma'am. Always working. I always got something going on. We got other stuff in the works too, but I don't even talk about it till it's ready to go. But everybody tried to go vegan, didn't you? I went vegan in 2017, and I gained 10 pounds in 2 weeks. People have to focus on eating for nutrition and not necessarily for taste. Exactly. But you can make your food taste good. Okay? You're a meat eater. You was eating chicken, weren't you? You was eating chicken. We can't have all that meat either, because we don't. So the only meat that I eat is turkey. And the rest of the stuff is tofu. Once in a while, I'll have some lamb, because lamb is on our neutral list. So to make sure that my anemia never comes back, I'll eat lamb maybe twice a month. Whereas before, I was eating it every week so that I could reverse the anemia. Now I don't have to do that. But you do have to stave off those conditions. And that means maintaining, once in a while, throwing some lamb in there or some liver in there. Okay. So when you guys are on your path and you're trying to reverse your ailment, you have to check in with yourself. You have to see how your ailment is improving, what's working for you, what's not working for you, even on your beneficial list. Like on our beneficial list was sweet potatoes, right? I used to eat a lot of, you guys might still see some of my videos where I had a lot of sweet potato recipes. But if I don't want to have kidney issues, if I don't want to have high blood pressure issues, I cannot eat no sweet potatoes. So even though sweet potatoes are on most of our beneficial lists, it's great if you're just focusing on weight loss. If you're a healthy person and the only reason that you're eating by blood type is how the book was written, and that is an anti-inflammatory meal guide, fine. But the majority of us sitting here are not healthy. Okay? And I don't even like to use the word healthy, because healthy, again, is subjective. Okay? Because I could say that I'm healthy because I feel great. That's how I use healthy. Right? But if you're trying to reverse your disease, you should only really, in the beginning, especially, Focus on the foods that are going to get you healed up as quickly as possible. I don't give a shit how they taste. So what, you don't like liver? If you have a debilitating anemia like I did, my anemia was so bad, dude. So bad. I didn't give a damn if I didn't like the food or not. If it's going to get me to the health, I'm going to eat it. Okay? That's what you have to do. That is your sacrifice. Those are the dues you have to pay. Stop thinking that you have to enjoy your food, because nobody enjoys taking prescription drugs, right? Start thinking about your food like you do your prescription drugs. You don't like taking it, but it's necessary, right? In your mind, before meeting me. So the other things that we cannot have: sesame, sunflower seeds, lima beans, black beans, fava beans, black-eyed peas, and buckwheat. I was eating all those beans. I was making southwestern egg rolls and bean chips and bean. Not knowing that I wasn't supposed to be eating. And I was roasting chickpeas. I was carrying chickpeas around in my purse, and the Ziploc bag is my snack. Not knowing that my lectin sensitivity to those foods caused me to have inflammation, joint pain, hormonal fluctuations, neurological problems, skin issues, and gut issues. That's what lectin sensitivity, those are the symptoms of lectin sensitivity when you're blood type B and blood type AB. I was just eating it because that's what Dr. Sebi said we're supposed to be eating. Remember? And I'm the type of person that if I do it, I'm going to go all in. And did. So let's talk about this bacterial overgrowth. Okay? Every blood type has a bacterial problem. We all have bad bacteria in our gut. The lectin sensitivity is our B side as a blood type AB. Okay? But the A side is the overgrowth of bad bacteria. Okay? Blood type O and blood type B will have bad gut bacteria, but it's not an overgrowth of it. Blood type A has an overgrowth, and so do we. Okay? If you have any of these ailments, I want you to put it in the comments. Alopecia, endometriosis, IBS, IBD, any skin issues, eczema, psoriasis, plaque psoriasis, acne, dermatitis, rosacea, vitiligo, dandruff, urinary tract infections, yeast infections, COPD, thyroid issues, and even certain cancers, colon cancer, stomach cancer. All of that stuff comes from bad bacteria in our gut. And with blood type A and blood type AB, we have an overgrowth of it. Okay? What's causing that to happen? Now, you cannot get rid of bacteria. Bacteria is a necessary part of our body. We have trillions of bacteria in our bodies, on our skin, and those bacteria carry out functions in the body. Okay? They're living things. We have several hundred different strains of bacteria. Okay? So literally, when you're feeding your body food that your body's bacteria doesn't like, it triggers those diseases. What's the number one thing that's giving us bacterial overgrowth as a blood type AB? Oranges. Oranges and orange juice. oranges and orange juice. And we have been brainwashed into believing that oranges and orange juice is something we need to be drinking every single day. And oranges are bad for every single blood type. It's literally deadly to blood type A. Deadly. Because it makes your blood thick, which is going to lead to blood clots. Oranges and orange juice. Are y'all still eating oranges and drinking orange juice? They're giving it to your kids every day at the school for breakfast. Aren't they? Y'all out here buying cuties and tangerines and what's the other name they call them? Not cuties. What's the other ones? Little snacks. They're so cute. What else is doing it? Camembert cheese, bananas. Here's the thing about bananas. I used to love bananas, but bananas never liked me back. Halos, that's it. Every single time I would eat a banana, I would have the worst heartburn or indigestion, something. Every time. Even with orange juice, clementines. Every time I would drink orange juice, and I only drank orange juice when I was sick, because remember, that's where you're supposed to be getting your vitamin C from, right? Every time I was sick, I was drinking orange juice. Heartburn, indigestion, acid reflux. You just finished bananas? You don't have a reaction when you eat bananas? I love them, but they give me heartburn like you would not believe. And my grandma made the best banana pudding. Every single time I would eat banana pudding, I'd have to drink milk with it. Because anytime I would drink milk, it would take away my heartburn. You're not supposed to be eating is your telling you I'm not supposed to be eating that. But the thing is, they've told us, oh, just take some Tums, take some Pepto-Bismol, take some Rolaids. My grandma used to always have a roll of Rolaids in her purse. Strawberries is another one that's not beneficial to anybody. Strawberries ain't on nobody's beneficial list. Is strawberries on anybody's beneficial list? I know it's not on mine. It's on my neutral list. I think it's on everybody's neutral list, right? Rule of thumb, the thing that they push on us and make us think is so great for us, either is on our avoid list or on our neutral list. Okay. What else? Distilled liquor creates bad bacteria in our gut. Yeah, I think it's on everyone's neutral list. We also don't do well with sugar in no form. The only sugar that we can really tolerate is sugar from dairy foods. So only lactose. But we cannot mess around with no dextrose, no sucrose, no fructose, guar gum. Again, nobody can have guar gum, and guar gum is in just about everything. All these processed foods. I'm not even going to say just processed foods, because guar gum is in your almond milk. You just saw it on my video. We also can't have no guava, no mangoes. I've often wondered why I was never a mango fan. Like, I just never liked them. Anytime I would have some, I'd just be like, I ain't supposed to. Also, carrageenan, cornstarch, sago, adzuki beans, radishes, rhubarb. Nobody can have rhubarb. First of all, I don't even know who's keeping rhubarb in business. I did see this girl who is, hey Malika, the girl is Nara Smith's sister-in-law. She also has a very large following on TikTok as well. They have this farm and they literally grow rhubarb. So she had cut the rhubarb and boiled it and made it into some type of rhubarb jelly. And I was like, yeah, I hear the South. Y'all love it in the South. Y'all be making it with pie or something. So nobody can have rhubarb. You loved it. What does it taste like? I don't even think I've ever seen a rhubarb in real life. Like if a rhubarb walked past me on the street, I wouldn't even know it was a rhubarb. They were just sucking on the little stems and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. Also, sorghum and Jerusalem artichokes. Artichokes is another thing I've never been fascinated with. Okay. Now, let me tell you something that's unique to blood type AB. It's a stalk. Is it like a red celery? It looked like red and light green celery. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Something that is unique to blood type AB is stress. And there are foods that stress out and unbalance our immune system, which makes us vulnerable to illnesses. Okay? What are the foods that unbalance our immune system and causes stress in our body? Sorghum, sugars, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, distilled liquor, acacia, which is another preservative in food, also coffee, aspartame, and pork. I can attest to all of that, which is wild because I used to sell coffee. I sold coffee for 3.5 years. And also, I was drinking about 4 cups of coffee a day. I also was as big as a house, too. My boobs was all the way out here. I was inflamed like you just would not believe. Had no clue that it was coffee. Anytime I eat anything that has pork, y'all remember that time I got some, girl, let me tell you, the only way that I used to be able to drink iced tea was with Sweet and Low. Sweet and Low is aspartame, right? I was drinking I would never drink iced tea with anything other than Sweet and Low, which is aspartame. Didn't know. Did not know. But remember that time I had gotten some kimchi soup and I couldn't come on the live because I was sick as a dog the next day? Well, found out that the kimchi soup, I thought the broth was beef and it was pork. It was a pork base. And I was sick as a dog the next day. Anytime I have anything with pork, I feel like I'm coming down with the flu. Every time. I was like, and it was bomb too. But immediately after eating it, I started feeling bad. Who knew? So how do we turn this around as a blood type AB? To block the lectin sensitivity symptoms, the swelling, the hormonal fluctuations, the skin issues, the gut issues, all of those symptoms, cultured dairy products, just like blood type B. So we benefit from Greek yogurt, feta cheese, farmer's cheese, mozzarella cheese. Okay. Remember, there's a big difference between pasteurized cheese and cultured dairy. If you're eating cheese and it is yellow or it is orange, you're not supposed to be eating that. Okay. But only 14% of the US population benefits from dairy. That does not include ice cream. Okay. Does not include whipped cream, unless you're going to whip up some heavy cream yourself. But you eating some Cool Whip is not cultured dairy. Okay. What's the protein for blood type AB? Again, we're the only blood type that benefits from turkey. The only one. Okay. Also, cod, eggs, tuna, salmon, sardines, grouper, tofu, and tempeh. So we are definitely a combination of A and B on that one. Okay. What is going to improve our cell signaling? So the stuff that messes with our immune system also messes up our cells. Our cells carry messages throughout the body. Like when your body releases insulin into your bloodstream, it is because cells have carried a message to it. Tempeh is tofu. It's soy. Tempeh is soy. Same thing. What can we have for a sweetener? You shouldn't be having no sweeteners. Try to get off of sugar altogether. Just try in the very beginning. The reason that you should try your best to get off of all sugar is because sugar feeds parasites. So if you're craving sugar, you need to go get these teas. Okay. You got to get away from the sugar because that's the major addiction everyone has. Okay. If you're drinking tea, I don't put anything in my tea. Nothing. Okay. Once in a while, you can use some honey. Molasses might be okay. I know molasses is fine for blood type B. It's on sale right now for Juneteenth. So you get both of these for $29.99. So go get them because I'm almost out of the daytime tea. So go get them now. The code, no, I made it so you don't have to put in a code. Okay. I made it so you don't have to put in a code. So right now it's just $29.99 for the set. It's usually $39. So y'all need to go snatch them up before they're gone. Okay. So hold on. What's going to improve our cell signaling so that our messages get carried in a timely fashion? When your messaging system is off, it can take hours sometimes for your body to do a function. If you have foods that are interfering with that, like the coffee and the aspartame and the pork, then those messages will take a longer time to reach their destination or to reach the organ that needs to secrete a hormone. Okay. I'm trying to learn to adjust to drinking tea because I don't like it. I have some honey that, what kind of tea are you drinking? What kind of tea are you drinking? The website is Brew. Thank you, Shivani. What kind of tea are y'all drinking? Because I'm gonna tell you what, the teas are different. If you are drinking green tea and the green tea tastes bitter, hi David, and the green tea tastes bitter, then you shouldn't be drinking that. Because I remember getting some off-brand, like Kroger brand green tea one time. It was so nasty. So nasty. First of all, stop drinking black tea. Do you know black tea will give you kidney stones? Black tea gives you kidney stones. And ma'am, you already rolling the dice with your kidneys. You already rolling the dice with your kidneys. Now, don't make me come over there. I'm going to Miss D's house. Miss D is the I'm coming over there person of the day. Every day I have a person that I say, don't make me come over there. That's you today. Throw any black tea you got in your house in the trash. Bigelow is always good. My favorite green tea is Stash. Yeah, because she on a blood pressure meds. She better get off of them. And she drinking black tea too. You're going to look on your Ring camera and be like, holy shit, Mama Trey's at the door. God, I wish I could afford to travel all over the country, just pop up on y'all's doorsteps. Oh, that would just make a great TV show. Somebody should sponsor that. Somebody should sponsor that show. Because you can't tell me that shit wouldn't be funny. They always have Stash at the restaurant depot. I'd get the big boxes for $5. So that is the green tea I use. Stash and Bigelow, you can never go wrong. You say, go see. Where are you anyway? What state are y'all in? Put in the comments where y'all at. Because the way they doing these airplanes, I'm gonna have to get in the Cadillac and just drive. I'm not flying nowhere. You're out of the brewer, baby tea. Go, you better go get it while it's on sale. Texas. I don't go to Texas. I don't go to Texas or Florida, so nope. Can't come over there. San Francisco. I just left California. Arizona, South Carolina. I don't give states that don't respect black people or women, I don't give them my money. So right off the rip, that's Texas and Florida. I went to Florida one time and was like, I'm not coming back to this smelly motherfucker. I'm sitting outside eating, a fucking red lizard comes crawling across the table. I'm out. That was it for me. This is also why I will never go to Australia. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. And I do business with people in Australia. They're like, oh, you should come over and see our tea factory. First of all, y'all got kangaroos fighting on people's lawns and shit. No. My licorice root tea is yogi. I don't mind celestial seasonings. My black cherry tea is celestial seasonings. So my black cherry tea is celestial seasonings. I am an animal lover, but I'm not going to be boxing no kangaroos. And I'm not going to be dealing with spider season. Have y'all seen that shit? What's the name of your city? I've been in some cities right outside of Detroit. Have y'all seen spider season in Australia? The webs cover everything. You would think I've been to Southfield. You would think it was snow, but it was spider webs. I'm about to show you. Oh, shit. This is what happens when you start talking about them. That's what happens. Hold on. I got to show you. Hold on. Spider season. Woo! Snake my. Gotta do the wig pat. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all. Because this shit is wild. Spider season in Australia. Ha! Ah! Look at that. Look. The camera keeps moving. Let's relax. Go lay down. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not talking to you.
Come here.
Look at this. Nope. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I don't know how anybody survives in Australia. I really don't. I had a friend of mine just went over there. She had a great time, but she was in Sydney. But still, you got kangaroos fighting each other in the neighborhood. Absolutely not. Their seafood, though. Have y'all ever seen their seafood? You know what? Australia reminds me of Jurassic Park. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a dinosaur in Australia. I would not be surprised because everything is super big. All the insects are big. All the reptiles are big. All the seafood, like the shrimp will be like this big. That's what it reminds me of. Jurassic Park. Like everything in Australia just looks prehistoric. So what is going to help us? And trust and believe that was one of the places on my bucket list. Like I wanted to go there. I was willing to fly the 24 hours. I mean, shit, it took 21 hours to get to Nigeria. It took 24 hours for me to go to Turkey the last time I went to Turkey. Yep. To Antalya. 24 hours. So, but when I started seeing them videos, I was like, nah, I'm cool. Or snakes coming out the toilet. Or you look up and there's a big ass spider in the corner in your bathroom. No. Your feet would swell. Yup. Shrimp this big, imagine how many parasites it has in it. Imagine how many parasites is in that one shrimp. Because that's what they do. They're shrimp, lobster, crabs, that their entire job is to be the janitor. Oh, thank you for the gift. To be the janitor of the oceans. Shrimp, crab, all of them are the janitors. They are to clean the ocean. So when you are eating shrimp and crab and all that stuff, you're eating what they cleaned up. Now it's in your body. Then you wonder why you craving potato chips in the middle of the night. Because you got a whole family of parasites living in your intestines. You know what sounds really good? A bag of potato chips. How about some cakes, cookies, and pies? You're like, why am I craving cakes, cookies, and pies? Because you have a whole colony of parasites living in your gut now. So what is going to improve our cell signaling? Watermelon, curry powder, figs, garlic, onions, cranberries, green tea. Why y'all think I be drinking a pot of green tea every day? It's going to improve my cell signaling. Even if I'm not live, I still drink a pot of tea every day. I just saw a video today that said Japanese women outlive everybody. Well, why is that? Because they drink tea from the time green tea from the time they get up to the time they go to bed. I can't think. There are about 5 or 6 things that are just super, super healthy for us. And green tea is one of them. Onions is another. Okay. Onions are literally the most slept on vegetable. If you think about the most popular vegetables, those are the ones that hurt you the most. The slept on vegetables are the ones that will heal you. Okay. So green tea Eggplant, I don't mess with eggplant because eggplant is a nightshade. And I just don't eat it now. Cherries, plums, olive oil, peanuts, walnuts, walnut oil, and blackberry. Which ones are all what? I said so many things. All of them. All the onions. Especially the most healthy are the red ones. Okay. The most healthy are the red ones because they are very, very high in quercetin. I take quercetin every day. I used to sell it, but my manufacturer stopped making it. But quercetin can be found in purple fruits and vegetables. Okay. Quercetin is anti-inflammatory. It breaks up mucus in the body, all of that. Every day I take it. Okay. What is going to make our gut bacteria super happy? Mushrooms, silver dollar, portobello, enoki, and maitake. I take mushroom capsules every day for the last 16 years of my life. That is how I got rid of my sarcoidosis. That's how I got rid of my asthma. And I will never, ever be on this plane of existence without mushrooms in my body. What's taking the place of quercetin? I take quercetin. I just buy it off of Amazon. There's nothing that I have replaced quercetin with, but there are other products that have quercetin in it. Like my Flexol, my Ultraflex, my Painless, my turmeric, all have quercetin in it. I want to say the Guardian powder has quercetin in it. Right off the top of my head, those are the 4 products that have quercetin in it. But the listen, if y'all have any type of inflammation and pain, Ultraflex is bomb. The Painless is bomb. Like, if you don't want to be on Tylenol and Advil, use our Painless because it's incredible. And then the Turmeric Plus is amazing. We're talking about blood type AB right now. The Ultraflex is bomb for anti-inflammatory. This guy. I ordered the mushroom supplement because I don't like mushrooms either. Yeah. The mushroom medley is the same as the mushroom boost. Thankfully, I have it because mushroom boost is sold out. Okay. So mushroom medley is the same 10 mushroom capsule. We also have chaga. We have the mushroom powder. We have our mushroom matcha. So if you like matcha, you'll get your green tea and your mushrooms in one. I need to put that on sale so y'all can buy it. Hold on. Let me see how much our mushroom matcha is. I'm about to go slash the price so y'all can go over there and buy it. Hold on. Let me go see. Because I never push this and I really love it. Mushroom. Because this is a custom recipe that I made with my manufacturer. Like, I designed this from the ruta to the tuta, and I never talk about it. So I need to get on that. So the mushroom matcha, I'm about to mark it down right now because it's $39.99. I'm gonna mark it down to $29. So y'all can go over there and get it. So the same way you would make matcha, same way. But it has cordyceps, Ganoderma, and I want to say lion's mane. I'll tell you. Let me see. Yeah, we have lion's mane for cognitive enhancement. Then we have reishi for mood improvement, cordyceps for energy boost. And then, of course, matcha is already super, super nutritious and beneficial for you. So we have lion's mane, reishi, and cordyceps in that one matcha. Ceremonial grade matcha green tea extract with lemon, with lion's mane, reishi, and cordyceps, perfect for matcha latte with antioxidant properties and adaptogenic support for sustained energy. I'm about to make me some tomorrow. Yeah, it's good for everybody. It's great for especially blood type A. Are those all in the? Yes, we have more mushroom in the medley though. So we have lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, chaga, tiger's tail, royal sun, turkey tail. So there are 10 different mushrooms in the mushroom medley. Okay, and I take that every day. I take my reishi every day, and I take my cordyceps every day. Because I'm not ever trying to have asthma and I'm not ever trying to have sarcoidosis again. So, but yeah, go get the medley. Oh, and we also have a fermented mushroom drink, which has a little bit of a kind of a chocolatey taste to it. That can go in your tea as well. That has, I want to say either 6 or 7 mushrooms in it. Hold on. I'll tell you because it's back in stock. It is back in stock. I can't go no lower on that price though. It's $49, but it's a big jar. But it is I make very little profit on that. However, let me tell you what's in it though. Because it is bomb diggity. Bomb. Yeah, we have 6 different mushrooms in this one. So we have vitamin C from the acerola cherry extract. Then we have turkey tail reishi. Then it has probiotic fiber blend as well, organic inulin, organic green tea extract, and fermented ginger root for digestive health. When I tell you everything in the kitchen sink is in this fermented mushroom powder, I mean that. So we have cordyceps, reishi, chaga. So when you go to the site, you can read up on all of it, but it also has a gut bacteria component to it as well. Yes, the medley is on sale, and we have all of the bundles are on sale. All of the bundles are $10 off. So you can get one of the mushroom bundles. I know that I have a bundle that has the powder as well as chaga and Ganoderma. Let me go look at the bundles. I don't have I need to make a bundle with the mushroom matcha in it. Hang on a second. Y'all gonna make me go and put all this stuff on sale. I'm trying to get y'all to get these products because they're bomb. Y'all gonna make me go and mark all this shit off. Maybe I just need to go make a code that'll cover everything. Hang on. Combos. It's not the right collection. I don't mind. Jordy just added to our site too a points program, so you can earn points to redeem for discounts and stuff. So what we have in the bundles, we have the ultimate detox, the daytime gut reset, the nighttime detox, the regular set of the daytime and the nighttime. We have 2 high blood pressure bundles, actually 3, because one is called Stress Less. So 4. We have 4 high blood pressure combos. Then we have a men's vitality bundle, an anti-parasite bundle, the ultimate bundle for all blood types. Then we have weight loss bundles for all 4 blood types. Then we have a muscle building one for blood type O, a diabetes bundle, allergy, gut reset, circulation, bad bacteria, smooth move for those of you that are not regular. We have a kidney and liver support bundle, a thyroid bundle, anti-inflammation, focus and relax, The Ultimate Immunity Bundle, that one has, do y'all know anything about bee pollen? If you have a lot of allergies, like seasonal allergies, you should probably get on bee pollen because it's bomb. Okay. So this Ultimate Immunity package has the mushroom, the fermented mushroom powder, the bee prop powder. Oh, it's right here. You just mix this in with any drink. I take this, the last time I had COVID, it was this and honey, that Manuka, that's super expensive Manuka honey that knocked that COVID out. I only had COVID for like 7 days. So you have the bee pearl capsules. I don't have them over here. And then it's the bee pollen powder, and then the fermented mushroom powder is one combo. And then we have the medicinal mushroom bundle that has the fermented mushroom powder, the mushroom medley, and the chaga. And that is going to be $99 on sale because remember, the mushroom powder is $50 by itself. So you get all three of those, $10. It's $109. You get $10 off, so it's $99. Okay. You know what? I'm going to mark it down to 99 because usually it's 129. And I took it down to 109, but I'm going to mark it down to 99 so you guys can take advantage of it. Boom. Done. So the medicinal mushroom package with the fermented mushroom powder and the medley and the chaga is $99. And then you take $10 off, so it's going to be $89. Don't play with me. Go get it. Don't say I never did anything for you. Then we have the diabetes, another diabetes. So we have 2 diabetes bundles and a gut repair bundle as well. Oh, what's in that? Ooh, our birch chaga truffles. I can't leave that on for longer than a couple of days, so go and get it. What is the best mushroom blend to take by capsule? Our mushroom medley. Mushroom medley. I don't have high blood pressure, but I do need stress. Here. Anybody that has anxiety or feels stressed, you need to be on chill. This is our best-selling product, also our first product. Who's on their chill capsules right now besides me? Put in the comments if you're on your chill capsules. What did you say red onions contain? Quercetin. You're welcome. Quercetin. Quercetin. You said I'm about to pop 2 chills. Telling you, they're the mom. And then you want to know why my brain works the way that it works? Thank you, Miss Angie Sharp. I could not be on this live regurgitating this information if I were not on Sharp every day. Every freaking day. There have been times that I've left the house with Jordy and been like, damn it, I am Sharp. I just feel slow. I feel like my brain is just slow if I'm not on Sharp. That is another thing, Miss J Knox. Blood type AB is very prone to dementias. We're very prone to memory loss and we're very prone to dementias. So I'm not going to deal with that shit. This was our second product. I've been on Sharp and Chill for the last 3 years because we started in 2022. I am not going to get caught slipping. I'm not going to have no brain hiccups. I refuse. So if you know that you're susceptible to something, you should do everything in your power to head that shit off at the pass. If I'm prone to not remembering stuff and losing my memories and all that, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. Okay. So listen, it is late. I'm sorry, guys. This is probably the longest we've ever spent on blood type AB. I really be doing AB a disservice because we usually spend our 2 hours, our 4 hours together. 2 hours and a half sometimes will be spent on just blood type O. So we owed it to, thank you for $50. She said, you have changed my life. I love you so much. I love you too, girl. Thank you. Y'all know all that time I was on TikTok, I ain't make no damn money. I said to myself today that everything that I lost on TikTok, I'm going to get back tenfold. You notice how God works. You know how people become millionaires on TikTok from all, we would have sometimes 1,000 people on the live. I would get off the live and I've earned $5. Seriously. I would get off a 4-hour live and I made $3.83. I've made more on YouTube in just this short amount of time than I made the whole time I was on TikTok for 3 years. So anywho, so what else is going to make our gut bacteria super, super happy? God always blesses me. That's why I don't worry about it. I don't worry about a thing, girl, because God always blesses me. Always. He always takes care of me. He always gives me the desires of my heart. He supports. Listen, I don't worry about nothing. I don't worry about nothing. I don't be complaining. None of that. Because you got to realize that comparison is the thief of joy. If I sat back the whole time I was on TikTok and was mad that those people became millionaires from their content and they haven't saved anyone's life or changed anyone's life, I would be crazy. Comparison is the thief of joy. I don't compare myself to nobody. Here's my lane. I stay in it. Y'all don't see me veering off into other people's lanes. Everything is for kids. You got to remember, you should go by weight when you're dealing with kids. Things that I like for the kids would be our powdered drinks, because we have ultra red, we have ultra green, we have the Guardian. Let's see if Guardian is back in stock, because it was out for a while. Guardian is perfect because it's elderberry, vitamin C. I want to say quercetin is in there. Oh, and zinc too. So it is definitely something that's going to protect their immune system. Let me make sure it's back in stock, because it's been out for a minute. Still out. So we have our superfood, which is our red superfood is kiwi strawberry. Then we have our green superfood, which is apple cinnamon turnover. So it's just it's a sweet drink. Your kids will think that they're drinking juice, but it has like all of the greens, all of the fruits, all of the super high in vitamin C and all that stuff. What else is good for kids? We have a lot of gummies, but I haven't released any gummies only because a lot of stuff that's in the gummies is that sugar that we're not supposed to have. I mean, I have gummies for everything, but I'm very apprehensive about making labels for them and putting them out because dextrose, corn syrup, all of that stuff is in gummies. So if I can get those ingredients in a capsule and and not have to deal with, the corn syrup and all that stuff, I'd much rather do that. What else makes our gut super duper happy? Miso. So miso paste, cabbage, kefir, amaranth, dandelion greens, watercress, and brewer's yeast. I appreciate you spending time on AB because that's awesome. Yay! So it wasn't just me and Jay Knox on here for AB. But yeah, I hardly ever spend any time on AB. Because by the time we get to AB, I'll be so tired. So I'm just going to leave it at AB today. Because we learned a lot about chicken, lectin sensitivities, and all of these other things. So we'll just leave it there, and we'll pick up tomorrow with all 4 of the blood types. Okay? If you do not have your foods list, make sure you go and get that. And remember, I bundled your foods list and your recipe books. And if you get the bundle, you also get the, oh, you're an AB too. Look at all these ABs. We're the rarest. It's only 3% of us in America that are blood type AB. So, but if you go and get your foods list, you got the focus powder? That's awesome. I haven't tried the focus powder because I just be on my chart. But if you go and get your foods list, if you get the bundle is $24.99 and you get the free book. Okay. So the book is called Why Didn't I Know That? And it's just a guide. So all the stuff that I talk about here, I put in a book. So all of the autoimmune diseases with the links, everything about high blood pressure, doctors, the medical industry, your food, all of that stuff is in the book. Okay. So when you buy the bundle, you'll get the book for free. And that's for the month of June. So when you're checking out with any of the bundles, make sure you guys put June 25 in the discount thing so you get your $10 off each bundle. And there's no limit to how many bundles you can buy. Okay. So that's to celebrate Juneteenth, Pride, and Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. All that's happening in the month of June. Okay. So I'm going to go. I haven't eaten anything today except a little carrot salad earlier. So I'm going to have a little more of my turkey salad and do some more work. So I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow around 8 p.m. your time, Eastern time. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Shivani. Look at you putting in work. Love you guys. Bye.